Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Jack's vlog, and we are 2 months out from a powerlifting meet, and this will be, I believe, the last week that we really mess with overhead press for him because, he knows he gets a lot of fatigue from it. It doesn't address his weak link on his bench, and he has a powerlifting meet coming up. So we're going to run this same system we're doing with the 3-2-1 plus reps, followed by assistance and accessory work, but instead of a press day, we're going to add a second bench day. We're going to completely replace it with that. But everything went good with the current training maxes we're running at 100% training max. He managed to get a double on pretty much everything this week. All right, we got a double on everything this week. It means 305 bench, he got 2 reps. 390 squat, we got 2 reps. Okay. And I believe the 495 deadlift is what he did. Either 495 or 500. He got a double. Again, puts us squarely into PR territory. So we're in a good place here. So it's overhead press day. Pretty straightforward. We overhead press. And we do more overhead pressing than he does dumbbell rows. Now we're going to be adjusting a little bit of this stuff going into next block. Right, the next block we're going to adjust some of this accessory work because it's all going to get a little more bench specific. Although he has noticed we finally have his bench going up. All right, the first time his bench has gone up in quite a while. He's pretty happy about that. All right, we're pretty happy about that. So for the rest of that day, of course, we do tricep extensions, we do curls. I let him do curls usually on this day. Most of my lifters, they do want some bicep work, and I let younger guys do supine grip curls. And you guys have seen the way I've had Brett do them. Former client Isaac did them, and some of the others. A lot of my older guys, though, I don't let them do supine grip stuff because there's no need. Like, it's not like it's additional bicep stuff. Hammer curls are probably safer on the tendon, so on and so forth. But my younger guys, we let them do some curls. Right? Not a big deal. So we kind of have made his overhead press day his arm day, and we'll keep the first bench day each week the same. All right, back squat. We managed to get a double 390. Okay, puts his squat up into the 400s again for a max. And these, of course, look pretty good, right? These were clearly, first rep looked good. Second rep, also pretty good. He probably could have got a third had we pushed it all the way. So, where's that put his squat? 425, 440 range. That's where we are. Then we do back off work at 70% as assistance work. And I like to count volume work on a classic lift if we do it. It's technically assistance. Right, we're using the exact same movement pattern or a very close movement pattern for volume. I think it counts as assistance. That's how I count it. An accessory meaning we just care about hypertrophy. We don't care about movement patterns so much. Of course, that always creates the problem when I bring that up of how do we define a good morning. Is it an assistance or an accessory? That's a tough one, isn't it? I think it's a tougher question to answer. I think a good morning could fall into assistance for the squat or the deadlift, depending on what you're doing. All right, afterwards, we have him do hack squats or leg press. All right, hack squats or leg press, depending on what's available that day, what he feels like. Pretty similar overall. They're pretty similar movements. So here he's doing hack squats, and we do sets of 10. And that's basically what we do on his squat day. We squat. We do back off squatting for assistance. We do some other leg work, whether it's a leg press, whether it's a hack squat, and then we do hanging leg raises. Right? It's always funny. I get people who are like, "Why don't you address a lot of weak points on squats?" I do for my advanced lifters. But something that I tell people, as far as a quad weakness on the squat goes, look, guys, if you squat 400 pounds, I'm not concerned with your quad weakness. We got bigger fish to fry. If you're a grown man who's squatting 365, 400, you don't have weak links. You're weak. And you sure as hell don't need to worry about your quads. So, I'm not that worried. I'm not saying we don't need the quad growth, because we do. It's a primary mover, but he's getting it from squatting and the hack squats or the leg press. I'm more concerned with things like posterior chain, which we, address more on the deadlift day for him. Glute ham raises. But the other thing is that he's a drug-free lifter. He's an advanced drug-free lifter. We do have limited recovery resources, so we can only push some things so hard, right? Especially because of all the squatting and deadlifting volume. And that's ultimately the issue we run into with a system like this, is it doesn't leave us a lot of room to recover for other stuff. It still works, but I wouldn't put someone on this for life. Wouldn't put them on it for life. Eventually I would want to take them over to a conjugate. All right. We do pull-ups, chin-ups, things like that on this day afterwards, is bench day. He got a double with 305. And we're doing a 5x5 for now, but we're about to go to 5x10 since we're doing double bench. And I don't want to beat his shoulders up too much because we're getting the heavy sets in every week. 2 of them. So we're going to go to 10s again on that, even though he's in meet prep. I just want to thicken up the muscles of his benching. But for now, we are doing a heavy bench. In this case, it was a double 5x5 bench at 70%. He does chin-ups. He does dips. Right, and we call it a day. Then we get over to the deadlift. And I have to look at the plates. I believe we did 495 for a double. I believe that's what we did. So, even though his training max is supposed to be listed at 500, I think he ended up doing 495. That's what he has listed. That's what it looks like on the bar. So we'll have to adjust that. I'm taking his training max up to 505 this next block, and we'll take those up a little bit. I'm hoping he can pull that for a double. Then we do 5x5 at 70%, and then we do glute ham raises. And the glute ham raises, as he's noted and pointed out, they seem to be helping him the most. And if you watch even here with this rep work, what do we see? Hamstrings are still his weakest link. So now that we've gotten his hamstrings considerably stronger, his deadlift goes up, even though they are still the weak link for him at the moment. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.